All right, gotta do some unboxing. Where's my cutting tool for that? Perfect. All right, everybody. I I could barely fit this beast in the picture, as you can see. I kind of have to move it around to get to be where I want it to be because of my setup and the camera I'm using. I guess stability. I don't know. Anyway, it is well north of 90 degrees. I'm gonna say in the room I'm in, which is both terrible but also appropriate because I'm unboxing the new hotness, Descent: Legends of the Dark. So I'm really excited to check this out. It looks crazy. If you've seen pictures of it on the tabletop, wow, it's pretty stunning. So this is designed by Kara Centel Dunk and Nathan Hajic. That might have even been pronounced right. I don't know. So I'm going to be a little creative with how I show you this stuff because it's so high up compared to the camera because this box is a giant like cube basically that I have to be able to see what I'm looking at and showing you. So we're going to see how this goes. It's going to be an interesting experiment. So let's turn this big beast over. Oh God, it really is. I mean, I don't know if it's a perfect cube or not, but it's pretty close. You can see on here they'll have the assembled terrain, which I of course will not have yet, but it's all three-dimensional. Looks absolutely insane to me. This is a 1 to 4 player cooperative game, and it uses an app pretty much completely. You cannot play this without an app. Now, let's see, I don't know if this is going to be a good cutter for this kind of thing. We're going to see. I might be able to tear it. I'm curious to try this out because I have played Descent: Journeys in the Dark, 2nd edition, and I've actually only ever played it cooperatively using the app. I've never done the thing where someone is the, I forget the term they use, but the mastermind type person or dungeon master type person. I've only played the cooperative one with the app, and it's really good. But I've also played Mansions of Madness, and comparatively, Descent: Journeys in the Dark is very, it's very chunky. Like you have to know a lot more. You have to keep track of a lot more. You can tell that was not the main way to play the game. But it was still cool. I very much enjoyed playing that. But yeah, it was definitely a tougher experience than your Mansions of Madness, for instance. So this one, being designed fully for use in the app, I'm hoping will be a little easier. I've heard it actually handles a lot of the background stuff, which is great because I know some people don't like using apps. I get it, but I don't want to do a ton of bookkeeping, especially if it's going to get in the way of like a cool adventure or story. I really don't want to do that then. So I think it's awesome, actually, that this is going to handle some stuff that I don't want to have to really keep track of. So I'm noticing a little distress in the box over here. Just a bit there. It's not too big a deal. I don't get that picky about these kind of things. As long as it still functions as a box, basically, I'm usually pretty happy with it. Let me turn this guy over. Okay, so we're ready to take off the lid of this absolute beast. And I'm curious, because, man, this is just such a deep box. I'm curious how this is going to go. All right, so we have our Learn to Play book, which is fantastic. I'm pretty sure it's going to have the Learn to Play and probably have like a rules reference sort of thing, too. Looks like there's going to be a lot of examples and pictures, which is great. Can really walk you through how these things work. Again, though, my understanding is the app handles a lot of things, so it could be pretty easy to get to grips with, but we'll see. All right, so what I may end up doing is I may move the box to the side to show you things as I get them out. This is the lore guide. Oh, okay, that's cool. I'm guessing, yeah, it's going to tell me what all's going on in the world, which is fantastic. I like having the backstory. It's quite a lot to read. I don't know how much you really need to know this, because I imagine I will probably read it, and the people I play with maybe will not. So this looks like instructions for putting together the scenery. It's all 3D scenery, but it's just cardboard cutouts. It's not miniatures. So this will tell you how to put them all together. Some of the miniatures look like need a little assembling, maybe, but nothing too crazy, I hope. All right, that's easy enough. Okay. Realms of Terran. Okay, I'm guessing this is an ad, probably. Oh, no, this is... Oh, okay. Yeah, it's advertising. I think they're a role-playing game, which is pretty neat. I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever get to that. Okay, so what I'm going to do, just to get better light on this, I'm going to pull... I'm guessing these are separate trays. I'm going to try to pull those out and then move the box aside, just so we can have a good look at what we've got here. So I'm going to move the box to the side for the moment. Let's see if that doesn't create a gigantic shadow. I hope not. Okay, so I've got a tray of models. I'm not going to bring out every single model in the whole game because holy smokes, that would make for a long, long video. But I will try to show you some. Someone gave me the suggestion of putting a card or something behind the model so they will show up better. We'll see if it works. All I have is this white sheet of paper, so that's it's not very fancy. But we're going to see if it does anything here to help it out. Because sometimes I can get them in focus, sometimes I can't. So this guy, oops. So we can get it nice and close. He looks pretty cool. Very creepy, sort of undead, ghosty looking guy. These figures look pretty detailed so far for being, for the most part, one piece. Now let's take a look at this guy. Bear with me, folks. They're really in there good. These also have a lot of little spindly parts. At least the ones I'm grabbing right now do. So that's probably worth noting because spindly parts are awesome looking, but they also mean easier to break. So I've got this guy. He's got sort of a, I don't know, for some reason I'm thinking sort of pirate-like thing, but I don't know if that's actually what he's supposed to be. But, you know, he's got some sort of like a wave-like effect beneath him. He's got a cool like wrist crossbow, spear. Looks pretty awesome. So we're going to see here. What else do we have here? Okay. I don't know the names of these monsters yet, obviously. So I have this kind of, oops, I got apparently one of my daughter's drawings on the back here, so that's fun. You got to see that too. She's sort of a witchy character. I think my sound just got a little weird. I apologize. Give me a second. Yeah, they're all something to get back in here. And, alright, what are these guys? It's like maybe, oh. These are perhaps some kind of a wolf or something? I'm not totally sure. Can you see that? I think the lighting could be better for this. We'll see. Actually, if you will bear with me, I'm going to do something to try to change the lighting situation just to make sure I get a little bit better. Hold on one moment. All right, I turned on some overhead lighting, which hopefully will help a little bit. My concern was that the lighting would cast shade on the camera, which is hanging overhead, so we'll see if that becomes an issue or not. But in the meantime, oh boy, these guys are in there. I don't want to force them too much. There we go, okay. It's probably just a matter of figuring out the best way to make it happen. So, let's see here. That one looks pretty neat. They're kind of, I don't know, shamanistic-ish. I'm not sure. I wonder what kind of creatures these are. Looks like he's got wings. So, I don't know. We'll figure that out. But the models are really impressive. I actually didn't expect them to be quite this nice looking. Ever since the game was revealed, I tried to kind of, and I decided I was gonna get it. I've tried to avoid too many spoilers as far as how everything looked. I kind of wanted to be surprised when I saw this. All right, this is going to be one of the big bads, I'm imagining. He's definitely big, for sure. Can I get him out? Yeah, this is going to be one that's in pieces. So I'm going to show you at least the main body. Because that's, wow, so much detail on these guys. I'm very impressed. I really am. I didn't expect that there's the part where the wings will attach. I imagine these are probably ones that you can just push in and not necessarily have to glue, but I probably will glue them, maybe. Although I have to decide that because I don't know that I can really get them in the box if I do that. So that's not fun. All right, so I've got a whole other tray here. I'm assuming the gray ones are our heroes. Let me see if any other bad guys look interesting. Ooh, okay. Wow, that's cool. Okay. So we have this big golem-looking guy. I think it's neat that his leg is not completely attached there. I'm assuming that's on purpose. I'm not sure, but I assume so. But that's really cool. I kind of like that. It looks like he's got some kind of magical powers holding him together a little more. Yeah, the other ones have that too, so that's good. It's not an issue. Oh boy, okay. Wowie. Okay, wow. I'm not sure exactly what I've got here, but there's like a few of them. I think, I can't remember what they call them, but I know there's these little like fire imp kind of creatures in Descent, in the previous Descent, Journeys in the Dark. So maybe, I think they're probably those, because it looks like they got flames coming off of them. All right, let's take a look at some of these heroes. I don't know their names yet. I haven't pulled out that information. She looks great. She's got a crazy winged helmet. The plastic feels pretty firm. I thought it'd be a lot rubberier. It's a little soft. It's not going to be as hard as a Games Workshop model maybe that you put together if you've done any of those. Oh, this is like a little cat person of some sort. That's really neat. I bet that'd be fun to play as. Okay, let's see what we have here. Again, I don't know any of these characters' specialties or classes yet. I really have tried my best to hold off on the surprise. Oh, hello, whoops. I'm just going to fling that around. Okay. This guy looks like some kind of maybe a draconic person. He's got like cool dragon horns, very lizardy face. So I assume he's supposed to be a dragon person. He's got a cool kind of barbed staff, so he might be a magic user. I don't know. We're going to find all that out. But right off the bat, I'm not sure. Let's see if I can pull these all out. So this game has been a little controversial, I guess I would say, since they announced it. People aren't happy about the app. Some people are. Which, I think we got to get past that, to be honest with you. All right. There's, I'm assuming this is a dwarf character. Incredible detail. Really good. Like that shield. The hammer's got cool stuff on it. But as I was saying, as people get, more demanding as far as having complexity and like impressive storylines and whatnot in their games, and I think that is happening, at least in some areas, having the app deal with it is going to become more and more important. All right, this guy is amazing too. He's got this cool like fiery effect with a bird, eagle, or something on the front. Just wow, and they're big too. I wouldn't know the scale size, but it's bigger than, like for instance, a Games Workshop Space Marine for sure. He's a big guy, so I like that. I like having the big scale because then you can kind of paint them or see the details a little better. This is going to be the elf character. He has his bow at the ready. Looks ready for action. So anyway, I was talking about the controversial, I suppose you could say, nature of this game. And I do think the app is a large part of that. But another part, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, is the art direction. A lot of people were not too happy with the art direction of this game compared to the previous Descent. And I'll say this about that, I do like the art on the previous edition better, I would say. But that being said, oh wow, okay, so this whole like middle part comes off. I didn't realize that. And then I have this big empty box here. I seem to fit all that terrain in there, which is kind of cool. It's like inside of a castle. So I'm going to move that aside because I don't need that anymore. So that'll make this a little easier. But it is a very different look. I'm not sure how exactly to describe it, but when I get to more character pictures, I'll try to go into it a little bit more, maybe. So let's open this. This is going to be mostly, looks like tiles, maybe some tokens, that sort of thing. But it is a very different style. I do prefer the other, but I still think the art on here is really good. I think, art's very subjective, obviously. Some people feel exactly the opposite. Some people maybe don't like either art. So, all right, so lots of room tiles. I don't know if you can see there's like little cutaways in a lot of them. That's because you're going to be assembling 3D terrain. These are wanting to come apart just as I lift them, so I got to be real careful here. I don't know what all the tokens are just yet, so I'll be curious to find that out. Looks like they have inside and outside areas, which is cool. Oh boy, okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm hoping the train is not very difficult to put together. I don't imagine it will be. I decide whether or not I need to glue them or not. That's going to be something to think about. I kind of like the idea of gluing them just because I hate it when that stuff falls apart and I got to go digging around for pieces. But we'll see. So it's kind of hard to tell because these are, a lot of this is 3D stuff that's in pieces. It's hard to tell what it's going to end up being really when you do put it together. Oh, we have some cool shelves here. I'll try to get that up closer here. Has various items on there. I can turn this around here so it's not all upside down. There's skulls, there's potions, some books, all kinds of things on there. So that's kind of neat. And my understanding is any piece of terrain that you have on the board, you can actually interact with. Like you can tell the app you're going to do something with a tree, for instance, and it'll give you options like, are you going to climb the tree? Are you going to pick fruit from the tree? All kinds of things like that. Okay, so here's some dials, which I'm guessing might be associated with health, I assume. We've got hearts on here, so that would make me think that is right. Here are 3D trees and some barricades, looks like. That's pretty cool. And it's kind of funny because I think this kind of terrain, if you look at it up close when it's built, it probably doesn't look that amazing because it's just, little printed cards and whatnot. But when you see it all laid out on the table, it's actually pretty amazing. This looks like dragon bones to me. I don't know if that's what it's supposed to be, but if there is a big, if there's a big like undead dragon or even just like the skeletons of a dragon in this game, that's amazing. And I can't wait to see it. I don't know if that's what the case is. I'm completely guessing. Oh, there's Descent sleeves in here. That's nice. So I pre-ordered this through a website. I think there are some bonus things you can get if you pre-order it directly through Fantasy Flight, and I did not do that. But because honestly, I just got a little better deal where I got these from. But that is an option. I think this is out of stock everywhere now as I record this, so it was in high demand. I would say, given the shipping issues going on in the world, if you get a chance to get a game, pre-order or whatnot that you really want, jump on that because who knows when they'll be able to restock, hopefully soon. Okay, so we got some of the character cards. So we'll talk a little bit about the art as we go. We have Bryn, the Human Avenger. I think this art's on this character, at least, is very cool. I think, the helmet's pretty over the top, and actually I think it would look less over the top if they had her head tilted or something, but it's almost perfectly parallel to the top of the card, and I think that makes it look weirder than it needs to. So this is the other side. I don't know if there's, I'm not sure when you would flip over the card, but I'm sure there's a reason why you would choose to do so. Here's our dragon person, the dragon hybrid outcast Varix. Looks pretty cool. I like that. Okay, Chance, the Hyrinx rogue, which Chance is a great name for a cat character, I've got to say. But assuming that they're supposed to be cats, it looks very cat-like to me. Very cool. Looks sort of like a very good sneaky thiefy kind of character. That's great. Cyrus, the human prodigy, definitely has some flame magic going on. Can't really comment on these rules just yet because I have not read them. Okay, Kelly is, I guess, the dwarf artificer. So that's interesting. I wonder if she can build things as you play. That's pretty cool. But I liked her model a lot, actually. And Galadin, the elf huntsman. So let me bring it back to the art. The first thing I saw of art for a long time for this game was this particular character, Galadin, the elf huntsman. That's really the first things I saw. And while I like most of the art in this game, wow, I don't like him. I strongly dislike the art on this character. I was trying to figure out what he makes me think of, and it made me think of Lord of the Rings. If you know how Gollum / Smeagol started off his life as a hobbit and then became this weird, ugly, emaciated version of one. This is like what would happen if Smeagol had started as an elf. Oh boy, he looks like he's seen and experienced all the tragedy and pain and sorrow the world will ever know about 15 minutes ago. Like that's when he did it, and he's, you know, frazzled out of his mind now. I just, whew, gosh, I don't like him. Oh boy, I don't know what else. It's hard to describe how much this doesn't make me think of an elf as much as it makes me think of someone who's maybe mixed with a troll or something. I don't know. It's just, ugh. The rest of the art, good. I like the rest of the art. I don't want to becoming down too hard on the art in general. It's just this dang one character. I don't know why they chose him to show it off at first, because, man, that is an ugly piece of work right there. It's definitely style, and it'd be one thing if the world of Terranoth had a history of their elves, you know, looking like Marilyn Manson without the makeup, but they don't, and so his look is pretty startling. All right, so we have some cards that are lava, and maybe that's supposed to be kind of swampy water. I'm not sure. It could just be green grass or something. We have pit traps. That's great. I assume water. So that's cool. Good stuff. All right, we have their proprietary dice, as well as the little pin things that hold the spinners together. So they look really nice. We got some D12s, D8s, and D6s. There are stars and lightning bolts and X's all over them, which I'm sure mean things in the game. So I don't remember even the specifics of what they meant in the previous Descent. So I think the lightning is like a surge or something. Okay, we've got... I don't know what this is. Let's take a look. So we have this piece. It might be like a button or something that can be stepped on. I'm not sure. I wonder if these go together. Not in any way that I can easily see, but I could be missing a trick here. But fascinating. I'm not sure. I'm wondering what they're for. But we'll figure it out as time goes on. They might even be just... I don't know. I don't know if the cutouts would need some sort of a base to help hold them down. I'm not sure. I'm probably guessing a whole bunch of very incorrect things. So, you know, don't hold me to any of that. It's just guesses. We have a few decks of cards here. I don't want to go too much through them in any real like specific way, because I don't want to mess up any surprises. Looks like there's some various skills here, which I think that's probably tied to each individual character. Perhaps you gain them as you go through the adventure. I don't know. I know that's how it was in the previous one. All right, let's go along. Let's take a look at some of these other ones here. Okay, these are some items that look pretty cool. Looks like, I think. All right. Dusk plate, that's cool. Plate of the Bloodstone. I don't know if I want to go through and like say what all these are, but these are various items in it. Cloak of Sorrow. Doesn't sound good. Miasma Grenade. Cool. Fire Grenade. Oh, you can get grenades. That's awesome. Focus Potion. Rogue Sweat. Ooh, that's unpleasant. Okay. Well, this is all cool, though. I like having a lot of weird, unusual items, and this definitely has that. So my understanding is this is like a full-on campaign. It's not like a bunch of one-shot stuff that you go through it all. And the box says it's Act 1, so I assume if this does well, as it seems to be doing, there will be more in the future. All right, this is the last one. This might just be more items. It looks like it is. You know what I haven't seen, actually, in all this, is I haven't seen much in the way of bad guys, so I'm wondering if that'll be in this thing here. Some more potions, bracers, a dead man's compass, blades, warhammers. These are also very specific to character. Yeah, I don't see cards for bad guys, so I'm not sure how they handle the bad guys in this game. I assume I'll figure that out as I read stuff. And we're going to go back to the box. We're going to make sure there's nothing under here. I don't think there likely is, but you never know. Nope. Nothing in here. So it looks like I went all through this. I am a little... I hate to say it, I'm a little concerned that I don't see anything referencing bad guys That seems weird. I may have just skipped them. Armor cards. I'm trying to make sure there's not anything that says like villain deck or anything. There's models, of course. Okay, so it doesn't really... I'm guessing maybe the bad guy information is just all within the app. So that could be the entirety of the issue right there. That's just all in the app and it tells you what happens when you come across them. I'm assuming that's the case. So I was expecting some kind of cards, but I think I was thinking of like how the previous game is. But that's the big new dungeon crawl that everyone's talking about. Descent, Legends of the Dark. So, you know, this is another one that I'm hoping to get a review in down the road, but it is a campaign style game. So you can't just play one game and be done with it and feel like you know it. I might be able to do an early impressions, we'll see. But I've got a number of these kind of games now that I really need to dig into, and I'm excited to do it. I'm really curious about this one. I think I'm seeing people online talk about it and saying they really enjoy it. I've seen a review or two that was not super positive but not super negative either. So we'll just kind of see where I fall when it comes to that. But you know, it is a not cheap game. So I think definitely look out for reviews. If you don't have this in your hands yet and you're not sure about it, definitely look at reviews and see what people like and don't like, because you don't want to spend a lot of money and find out then that it's not for you. And hopefully I can give you my thoughts soon, and that'll be helpful too. We'll see what happens. But anyway, in the meantime, this has been All Games New and Old. I look forward to seeing you all again. And if you did like this video, please hit like and subscribe and click the little bell icon. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.